Sequels, sequels, sequels. All the time, man. If a movie is successful, pump out a sequel. Usually they just aren't as good as the original and can turn out to be huge flops, as you well know. So the reason for this? It's because the original basically says all that there is to say, and it's usually made as a standalone movie. So sequels are made because the directors got enough success out of the original that they want to throw another movie in. But it wasn't pre-planned from the beginning, so the sequel's like an annoying little brother that just tags along while you're on your date. Okay, some sequels, however, turn out just to be as good as the original, or maybe even a little bit better. So I'm gonna share with you my top 5 favorite sequels. Starting off at number 1 is gonna be Terminator 2, Judgment Day. This is one of those sequels that is actually quite famous for being better than the original, and for good reason. I think it has good action, good storyline, and good theme, and also has Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't really have much to say about this movie since it's been so long since I've actually seen it last time, but anybody can tell that this movie lives up to the original, definitely. Alright, at number 2, we have Spider-Man 3. I'm comparing Spider-Man 3 to Spider-Man 1 directly. Spider-Man 2, though it is a very good movie, it's more or less a standalone movie that is more distanced from the other two. It's just kind of like a story within itself. So, as comparing it to Spider-Man 1, I think that Spider-Man 3 is actually quite good. And I don't know why people complain so much about Spider-Man 3. When I saw it in the theaters, I loved it back in 2007. It had good fight scenes and it had a pretty good storyline, and I don't know what was so wrong with it. And I guess people kept complaining about the dance scene and the emo Parker. Is that it? Was that supposed to have ruined the entire movie? Just those little scenes? And are those scenes really that bad? I mean, I think those scenes were supposed to show the corruption of Spider-Man. And people saying, oh, they're too goofy and stuff. Well, it didn't seem, maybe it was a little silly to me, but it wasn't that much. I mean, what was everyone out taking a piss during the cool fight scenes? And I've analyzed the movie, a little bit, and it's kind of cool how there's basically 3 villains in the movie. There's Green Goblin Jr., and there's Venom, and there's Sandman, alright? He actually does bad stuff to each of them. For example, when he gets the suit, he gets pissed at Green Goblin Jr. and he beats him to a crud. Then when he finds out about Sandman, he gets his suit and he beats up Sandman and tries to kill him. And then there's Eddie Brock, where he basically screwed Eddie Brock and had no mercy on him because of the faked photos. So with each of his enemies, he actually he treated them rather cruelly. And so then near the end of it, when Eddie Brock becomes Venom and Sandman teams up with him, and I can understand why these guys are a little bit pissed at Spider-Man. Moving on to number 3 is going to be Star Wars Episode 3. As a prequel and as a sequel, it's a good movie. I think this episode lives up to the original movies, the 4, 5, and 6 episodes, and it is definitely without a doubt better than all the other 2 prequels. This movie sets up for the original movies perfectly, and there couldn't have been a better version. So, I mean, I know that the prequels get a lot of hate. I can understand that for Episode 1 and Episode 2. They weren't that good. But Star Wars number 3, I liked it. So even though it's not, it just isn't original like the original Star Wars movies, it's still a good movie and it sets up just as good as you can do it. So, number 4, Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. Well, this one's famous for being a bad sequel. But to be honest with you, I don't know why. I mean, I've been given reasons like aliens. There shouldn't be aliens in an Indiana Jones movie, and the fridge scene and that stuff. And yet again, I have to say, so it was new, and apparently it didn't work for the general audience. It was too much of a leap. But as for me, I was fine. I mean, Indiana Jones meets aliens. Well, that's cool. And I know it's just not as original as the others, but because it's so new. But this movie is more or less a giving credit to the Indiana Jones trilogy. It was, a nice little dedication to the other movies, and I liked it. And it was like Indiana Jones' last adventure. Number 5, it's gonna be Batman and Robin. Okay, now hold on. Before you thumbs down this video or leave like a nasty comment, let me explain. I'm not saying that Batman and Robin is a good movie at all, but when I compare it to Batman Forever, it isn't that much worse. Because Batman and Robin is a direct sequel to Batman Forever, and Batman Forever wasn't that good. So Batman and Robin, I consider it the same type of movie, so it's not a bad sequel, because the original, it's just like the original. It's good when you compare it to the original, even though the original sucks. So they both suck, but they're at the same level of suckage. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like that's my opinion on that. Anyways, this is the end of the list. Just remember that those movies are exceptions, very rare exceptions, because sequels usually suck. So sequels are usually better when they're planned ahead of time, while the original's being made. Otherwise, it goes downhill. So this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day.